You mentioned that you're not a consultant or strategist, and you are a sort of modern day rabbi for business leaders. So, what does actually look like in practice? This thing.
What does that mean? So it's funny. I would get on calls with founders, and they would inevitably, when we're talking about nervous system, it affects the deepest parts of our upbringing, of the way that we relate to other people, power dynamics, the way that we view ourselves, self-esteem. These are deep and difficult issues. And so you're going to get on a phone call with a consultant and you're going to start talking to him about your marriage or your upbringing. That feels a little bit weird. It's not business as usual, right? But to really make a change with somebody's inner world, you have to be able to hold space for the divorce and the difficult upbringing and whatever else is going on inside of that human being. And so that's where the rabbi part comes in, because we part of my training, obviously it's Jewish law and it's rigorous and all that stuff, but part of it is sitting with people who are whose daughters don't talk to them anymore, sitting with people whose spouses have cheated on them, sitting with people who have really gone through the worst that life has to offer. I remember my first day on the job as a rabbi, somebody died. And within a week, I was at somebody else's bedside reading them their last rites as a young person, okay? And to be confronted that viscerally with death, it really changes the way that you look at life. So the rabbi to business leaders is this idea that, look, this relationship is more than just, let me come in and tweak a few words on a slide, okay? Let me come in and teach you a few breath tricks. That's not what this is. This is a relationship of depth, and it will change you. Our meeting will change you.
Yeah, that's right. And it's all about human relationship, isn't it, Sam? Like the people that you are in contact with in whatever situation is, right? So either in a grieving situation, like you just mentioned, Sam, and not just the family of the people who are impacted, but even you, who are supposed to be in a position of responsibility to calm people down. Now you're faced with an extreme scenario where you feel probably you need somebody to lean on, because everybody, it doesn't matter where they are, they probably can use somebody they can lean on and talk to, right? And I just, funny, like you and I had sort of similar thoughts here, because for the past 30 years, in a way that I grew my business, my reputation in business, it was centered around that. Talking to people as if I don't need anything from anybody, to be honest with you. The only reason I'm enjoying this conversation is because I'm enjoying this conversation. That's it. And over the years, that's how I built my entire business. Is there a truth to that in your mind?
This is something that I tell people, no matter who it is that I work with, and this is the thing that shocked me, sort of working very closely with people, right? No matter who a person is, and no matter what level of success they've achieved in their job, you know, I coached, for example, one of the global execs at Invesco. This is one of the highest power people in that company, right? And they are beset by imposter syndrome, by self-esteem issues, and it all comes because we refuse to look past the mask. We're not connecting with the people in the room, you know. And if you can learn that, look, it doesn't matter what somebody's title is. We're all human beings. We all have hopes and dreams. We all have things that we're nervous about. And if you can connect to that
Yeah,
human,
yeah.
everything else falls away.